Hey, FlimsyLunchTray here, and welcome to Armored Warfare and Special Operations Arabian Nights. Here we are in the PvE, Chapter 1, Plants in El Arish, where help Magnus Holter gain control over a Claiborne Industries plant. Your call sign is Dawn. So, we'll let Magnus speak here.
This is a CI territory now, guarded by Evocati, Sebastian's personal hounds. We must crush O'Reilly's thugs and purge the region of the corporate plague. Forward, my warriors, to victory.
So, Arabian Nights. So the theme of this special op...
The main target is the enemy's plant. Take up positions in the village and wait for a signal to attack.
is that 5 months after the failed attack in the Caribbean, Magnus rebuilt his forces and launched an attack on the emboldened Claiborne Industries in the Middle East with the help of Alpha 1, now known as Steel Breakers. They faced the Evocati PMC, an old enemy of Magnus, now under service, Claiborne Industries, and there they discovered evidence that could be used to testify against Claiborne's corruption and convinced Fedor Volkov, the commander of the ISD, to take down its leader, Sebastian Grimm. So starting off here in the Tier 7 American main battle tank, the M1A1 Abrams, we are just pushing right on. In this operation, things kind of keep happening in spurts. Get a little bit of a ram in there. Gets Tier 8, so not going to be the most damage there. So I don't know how wise necessarily that decision was. But we are breaking through and taking out the first 10 enemies destroyed, which is the secondary objective, breakthrough, which we've just accomplished. And the primary objective as of now is capture the village. So I'm playing the main battle tank. You kind of want to be aggressive, in my opinion, and moving through this operation. Because the next spot that the enemy team is going to spawn, you have this Tier 8 Merkava over there, but tends to die from that building. You move up, and you have some enemy tanks that will spawn over the hill, just outside the complex, outside the plant here. So you can see basically how this BMPT is setting up here, and other players are positioning, such as Doom Beagle there, and we're divisioned up with, waiting to flip the capture zone back all the way back where we actually spawned at. So we have a really good guy there picking that up, and we're basically sitting here waiting for now to flip this capture zone, which we've just done, capturing the refinery. And then we'll have some enemy tank spawn here in front of us in just a moment, as we also get to capture the UAV. So our team's doing really well in picking up the primary and secondary objectives, as he just likes to talk. I think Magnus likes to hear his own voice, not gonna lie. So here we go. So didn't get reloaded there in time as we're using some heat, but we do get the kill there. So that is good. So now we're about to flip this capture zone. Now notice here, or it's not this capture zone, it's the one with the UAV. You do need to be mindful in taking your time in flipping some, because sometimes you often will leave a capture zone before it's actually captured. So don't rush out. It takes a minute after you've hit 0 on some for it to flip. Now we're going to go back to where we entered the plants, because the next wave spawns up over this hill. So we'll take on these tanks here. And continuing to aim for their weak places here with the heat. So getting some damage there. And we're going to miss that kill just by a little bit, but we are going to get the help assist on that. So now seeing how next best to position, there should be some more tanks that come from outside the perimeter, but maybe that already, it's happened quite quickly. So now we're going to move back here. They've wiped out that flank. Yeah, now these are the next tanks that second wave essentially that pushes in. They kind of push in from outside, but we catch the corner of that wall and being a little too aggressive and want to get that shot off. Do get shot off there. Switching back over to the 7 machine gun. Take him out. Now next up is here. And he gets taken out. So if you're not positioned well in this op, it can honestly, you can perform very poorly. And I played through this actually before the recording of it. This first operation I played through, I was bottom of the team. Just because if you don't know necessarily where to be in positioned on the map, which is a lot of how the special operations or the PvE works here, in Armored Warfare, you can get the very low reward, low score, low XP amount. So knowing where the tanks are going to spawn and position in from is very helpful. So we've been defending the refinery, which we have 50 seconds left on that. And now we're going to have some enemies pushing in, so we try to be cheeky, get a shot underneath the tank there. So making sure that they're not getting on the side. The AI bots really like to get on your side or behind you when possible, so we don't want to allow them to do that. So we do take a hit there because we were turning to deal with that tank. Now we have 2 issues here. One is you have the helicopter, and while our main battery is reloading, we open up with the machine gun as our heat reloads, and teammates take it out. So that's great. So now we're going to put pressure in here. So I'm coming in on the left side of this objective after you just destroy the 5 trucks here, which you'll see as we move along.
And investigate the workshops over there.
Where now the goal is to capture the workshop. So you have some different designated red zone areas that you're going to need to push in. And that tank died rather quickly. So you have one off to the left here, so now that's been taken care of. Now we go back more towards mid. So you can just see how fast-paced this op's going. There's the 5th truck. It's been taken out. We're just pretty shortly, we're going to be able to flip this capture zone. So now we're going to get in here. And I accidentally catch the rear of that Merc over there. And then you have some tanks that spawn up here to the left. So you can see that BMPT has already positioned himself favorably to get in there and do a lot of the damage. So it's honestly one of those things you have to be mindful of too, is just the terrain. You can get a lot of these little buildings, trucks, random items that will just be in your way and preventing you from getting those additional damage shots. So you can see that BMPT has already done 23 kills. So it does pretty well for himself as he knows where to position himself. So it's just hard to compete with players who really know what they're doing sometimes in these ops, especially when they're in the BMPs.
Curious warehouse. I think I know what's stored here.
Well done, Magnus. Your vengeance for Batumi is now complete.
Douglas may really be an ace up our sleeve against the CI.
So that's going to transition us into the post-battle results. So that's going to put us with 10,000 damage dealt, 6 enemies spotted, 7 destroyed. Working on some of our battle path mission progress there at the bottom of the screen. So all pretty good. It definitely helps with the premium counts. I got 30 days out of the battle path, so I've been doing best what I can to utilize that. We'll play second on a team, 601 experience. You can see he's got some assist damage there with the 515, or the 10 there as well. 10 tanks assisted in the kills. And then with the performance details, not going to stay on the screen too long, just gives you an idea of how many shots we fired. Of course, that's also going to include that machine gun when we're firing on some of the AFV, that lighter AFV running around, and the helicopter as well. So I think the goal is to try to go through the Arabian Nights series. I have all the chapters recorded. There are 4 of those chapters, and it's going to be here with the M1A1 Abrams. I've gone on to the tier 8 now. Maybe we take some breaks if I feel like I have some other good content that I'd like to showcase to you. But chapter 2 is going to be the hunt in the Basra. Don't really know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but that's what we're going to say. So if you're enjoying the Armored Warfare content, as I'm still learning and there's like so much to cover and still adapt to, and also trying to let Magnus speak and not just going over it so you can hear a little bit more what's happening in game. So if you're liking the content, please consider liking the video. If you didn't like the video, give a thumbs down. Subscribe if you do want to see more. If you're subscribed, thanks so much. I really appreciate growing the community here with you. So until next time, take care.